All right, you guys, we are in person today with the ABC crew. You got me, B. Ellis, and Millie. We are in Miami right now for TNC 02, getting ready to kick off June 6th. Fellas, it's kind of nice being in person for once.
Oh, bro.
It is.
It is. We got a vibe, bro. It's on the way. Friday's close.
Just hit 13K. Subscribe. 13K. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that's tough. And what? In a month and a half? Month?
Yeah.
About a month. Might have been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough.
It's a good thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a good feeling, bro.
Let's go over these predictions, man. I want to get straight into this.
What matchup first?
Well, first of all, shout out to Prize Picks, man. You can actually bet
Live. It's live.
more or less
Oh my
on these
gosh.
games for combos. So that's going to be exciting. Because then the fans are going to be able to, be more involved into it, win some money off it. That's fire.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this Tay and Rob matchup off the rip.
Don't point at me.
Yeah.
Don't point at me.
No, you got to go first. Break it down.
Before we went on air, we were talking. This is my biggest coin flip game. This is the closest game to me. This is like 30-28 both ways. The other matchups, I don't really – there's some matchups we'll get into I don't see being as close. This one, flip a coin. I genuinely – I can't call it. This one I can't call.
All right, so let me ask you guys this. We seen Uncle School press up on Rob and be physical. It wasn't called. Tay doesn't do that. Does he have to do that to beat Rob?
You can't allow Rob to get those 30-plus footers off. Because if he starts making them, it opens up his game even more.
Exactly.
So you kind of have to and force Rob to be a mid-range shooter, which is very hard to do because Rob's going to get to his spots. But I think Tay will figure out a tactic to where he could force Rob to be a mid-range guy. If you can force Rob to be a mid-range guy, you have a way better chance. Instead of allowing him to get to the basket and shooting threes.
Yeah.
So what, on the flip side, what does Rob have to do to Tay? Because I done seen Tay float cats to death and blow by people. Rob is also an honest defender.
A great defender, too.
That's what I'm saying. So if Tay is going to be that shifty and Rob is going to be hands off, how does he even check him? I feel like you got to jam Tay up at some point.
For 10K on the line, bro, I think their defense is going to get a little more physical than what we've seen.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to play as friendly.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. Especially that both of them coming off 2 1v1 losses in TNC 01 a few months ago. And they both get another chance to get their first win and in front of a live audience with a lot of NBA personnel, Kyrie commentating. It's going to be a different game.
Yeah.
Big. I feel like this is a massive game for Tay specifically.
For sure.
Like, I just feel like he's been going up, and being that he did lose to Zay in pay-per-view 1, I feel like this is kind of like a must-win.
Yeah.
Because with Tay, it's always like he's so good, he just has to be the top guy, and this is his opportunity to be the top guy.
Yeah.
You don't run across those opportunities that frequently.
Yeah.
So Rob already has that kind of top-tier win. But for Tay, this is
it.
Must win.
It's low-key deja vu because last season he had a great season in Chapter 2, Season 1. Beat Bruce twice, played well in the threes.
True.
Same thing here. He plays Bino, first overall draft pick, second draft pick. They play each other. Tay comes back and wins. Then he kills in the 3v3s. So it's like deja vu. Now you're playing another top 5 guy. Those opportunities don't come as much. You know what I'm saying? It's a big game for him.
Yeah.
Moving forward, man, the opener, BJ versus Caleb.
You go.
Selfishly,
You go.
I know we didn't pick our winners for Tay versus Rob, but we'll get to that at the end. I think I would love to see Caleb win here because, like you said on your live stream, the trilogy has to happen. We got to see it. This is good. This might be the most skilled matchup of the night outside of Lance and Bees, but I think in this space specifically, because Lance and Bees haven't played in this space yet. NBA is way different than the 1v1 space in terms of the 1v1 to 30. It's a lot that goes into it. Technically, Bees and Lance would be considered rookies in this space.
Yeah.
But I think BJ and Caleb knows what's at stake here. Going to 14-0 last time, I don't think he's going to allow that to happen, and I think it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a really good game, man.
Question for both of y'all. Question. Obviously, there's money on the line, so cats are hungry. But is Caleb the most hungry guy here?
There's that Marine over there. I don't know. There's another Marine.
There's a Marine?
Yeah, there's a Navy SEAL over
That's
there
a Navy SEAL.
that might be a little hungrier.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to say, bro. I think everybody's hungry. It's hard to say. I think they just have different ways of displaying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Caleb does walk around with a little bit of, like, he's ready to prove it. He just walks around with a little bit of more tension on him. I guess.
But if I'm Caleb, man, just watching BJ's game, it's a tough thing because if you force BJ left, he's really good off playing off the God hand and shooting those pull-ups going left. Going right, you got to be able to absorb the bump that comes with that when he drives hard right, and then he does the half spin where he turns and shoots over the top. So Caleb's going to have to be really smart in picking his poison. If I'm Caleb, I will force him right because when BJ pound, sidestep left, or he's going left, he steps back, it's deadly, especially if he's making threes at a high clip. Right. But I've watched Caleb. I don't really know what BJ can force him to do.
He's pretty balanced.
Yeah, he's a pretty balanced player. Unless, because I know in that one-on-one, BJ was allowing him to shoot the 3-ball, and that's what got him back in the game. Caleb cooled down some. So I think this could be matchup of the night, the very first game.
These two outside of the main event are probably the biggest talent pool guys. Like BJ and Caleb, and then Tay and Rob. Those are probably the most talented games outside of the main event. I think.
Sure. Kale versus Keon.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
That's what's tough. And y'all know me. I'm a sample size guy. I try to be logical about sports, and it's like we haven't seen enough. I don't know enough about Keon.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. Like, I just don't know enough. I need 5 games, a bigger sample size to really. So
you're saying you can't base off his college pro stuff?
It's hard for me to just seeing how much different the one-on-one space is.
Right.
It's so hard. Obviously, what we do know about Keon consistently is that he's really smooth. He can really shoot the ball. Those things translated to his one-on-one to 100s.
Right.
But outside of that, like, how gritty is he? How good defensively is he? Like, how good? Yeah. You know, he might be good, but I want to see how gritty, because he's playing Kale.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Kale's in a tough situation, man, because just like we don't have sample size, Kale doesn't either. And the one sample size that he does have was against him in a 1-on-1 to 100, but he already had his rhythm. So twice. So it's like, it's a tough situation. There's so much film out there on Kale that I feel like Keon is playing with low-key house money.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm coming in here, damn near really a rookie. It's going to really be my first one-on-one on the scene. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
At all. And there's all the pressure on Kale to continue to elevate. So
this is his first one-on-one.
Yeah.
We saw him 1-on-1 to 100. Fans voted him in. So this is his first one-on-one, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think that game that comes down to how the refs let them guard. If Kale's allowed to have 2, this would be really tough for Keon. But Keon, I think, can deal with 1. But 2 hands a little different because Kale's stronger. So it'll be really interesting to see that. But Keon can play at the highest level.
Yeah.
Look, bro, the way Kale like walks around, like me and Mills or something like this. He walks around like angry.
I know, always.
Like
a little chip on his shoulder.
Yeah,
I love that though.
Yeah, it's like
the biggest chip.
Yeah, I think Kale, since he came back onto the scene, bro, might be man. Yeah, he's up there right now.
He's sharp.
For sure.
He's just sharp right now.
A win Friday for Kale does what? Obviously, wins him 10K, but I'm talking in terms of eyes of the consumer.
Honestly, it just continues to create the next opportunity. You know what I mean? Because Keon, it depends how good Keon looks as well. But I feel like we know what we know about Kale.
Okay.
So a win here just is a stepping stone for Kale, in my opinion, rather than changing our mindset completely about him.
What about Keon, Self? Before you go, what do you think a win for Keon?
Be huge, bro. You get on the scene. First games against Hoodie Kale, who has a lot of good wins, like who's really respected in the scene.
Yeah.
Keon's stock immediately goes up. First game on this magnitude, TNC02.
On a big stage, too.
On a big stage.
Because fans see that and want to see how you deal with the big stage games. And if Keon comes in here, not only beats one of the top 10 players for sure, but on the stage, the fans are going to be like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's going to be a force.
Yeah.
Next matchup, we got I'm gonna save that one. Eli Carter versus Moon. Let's talk about
this
that.
Oh my God, I think this is another balanced matchup.
Yeah.
Listen, I watched and people may think I'm tripping. I was watching Moon versus Kale because I think that's probably Moon's most complete performance in terms of shooting the basketball and defending. Hoodie, Kale, and Eli are very similar in terms of like pivots, step throughs, the way they hezzy, drop off. But I will say Eli is more efficient in his movements slightly than Kale. But, bro, if Moon can prolong the game, he's got more of an advantage. If Eli's making shots early, and let's say it gets to halftime within like the first 10 minutes, it's in Eli's favor. Yes. So I think that's literally what the game comes down to.
Yeah, yeah. We've seen like even against Day, first time we saw Eli, he lost his tank at the end. I know that was his first one-on-one, so we give him some leeway, but that's what it's going to boil down to. Yeah. Like, how much of a motor does Eli have? If not, he's going to have to finish it quick, or he's going to lose based on the motor that Moon has.
I think people are sleeping on Eli because they haven't seen enough. And I think that's where the bias comes in from the fan side. Like, everybody's like, well, it's Moon. I'm like, yeah, well, Eli can play at this level too. So it's going to be really interesting seeing Eli play with Kyrie Irving there, his man's watching, his people watching. It's just going to be a whole different type of Eli, I feel like.
It's also different. We talked about it the other day. A lot of people are saying, like, Eli's trash. Like, no, Eli's playing bad right now. Don't get it twisted.
Facts.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, two different things.
Like, he's a good player that's playing bad right now. But he's not trash.
I'm going to ask you a question because you can tell the difference between someone who's bad and having a bad game.
Exactly.
I'm not going to give no examples, but like in the YouTube space, if you go watch some YouTube videos, you can see bad basketball.
Yes.
And people that have bad games at the same time versus great basketball, bad game.
Yes, exactly.
And I still think people don't realize these games are being recorded within a week span, and they're being spread out through 2 months.
Right.
And you're thinking he's playing bad throughout 2 months. No, he's not. He played bad to have 2 bad games for a couple of days.
And then coming back to learn. Like, the viewer, and it's not the viewer's fault, but you see a video, and then you see another one. And the next time you might see Eli is like 2 weeks from now, but in reality, like you said, it might have been the same day.
Yeah.
You don't have the opportunity to come back, learn, and fix things. That is a real measure of a player, in my opinion. If you can see what you did wrong, learn from it, and adjust, I think Eli will be much better this time.
Absolutely.
Especially coming off of his worst, quote-unquote, worst season. Yeah, I think a bounce-back spot is written all over.
Law of averages.
Law of averages.
Now let's get into Cam versus Lat, man. Mills says something interesting. We have a Marine over there. Go ahead, elaborate what you're talking about.
We got a soldier in Lat. I mean,
bro, he's a Marine.
Yeah, he's a dog.
He's a Marine, bro.
He trains like a Marine.
That's trains like a Marine. Every time I watch Lat on his Instagram story, he running 17s and shooting 15 shots after, and then he'll fall to the ground. Yeah. Like, bro, he trains like his life is on the line.
Right.
And if you're going to combine that that same level of training intensity, and he's doing that while sparring one-on-one.
Mixing it.
Oh, my gosh. Listen.
Is he David Goggins of the basketball world?
YouTube community, he might be. He might be, man. That dude there is special work ethic, special mindset for sure. For sure.
Those are the guys you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
Like when you're messing with someone who trains for not basketball, different type of guys. Because then their mental warfare, like their mental fortitude is just way different.
It builds discipline.
Yeah, discipline. I was listening to Israel Adesanya talk about like mental fortitude. Because in UFC, you have to have that.
Yeah.
In basketball, a lot of guys you see don't have that a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's why the greats separate themselves from the middle of the pack.
And in ones, it's demanded way more than fives, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's one thing about ones. You have to have the mental fortitude.
Have to.
Which Lat has, which is why his transition is easier than a lot of other guys, I think.
Right.
Coming from the pro space.
And for Cam, he has mental fortitude as well. He's just very passionate. You can see it. And I think Cam will give a very contrasting style to Lat. And I think it's going to make a perfect matchup because Cam's on a hot streak right now, too, in the 1v1 space. His last 1v1 we watched, I believe, was a 32-5 in Cincy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that was the last one.
And, I mean, man, seeing Cam develop that half-court game. But I've seen people throw their adjustments to it to stop it. I've seen Rob do it. I've seen a few people start early, up
Kale
early.
Did a pretty good job.
Yeah, Kale do it. And I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see that matchup. I don't know.
Lat's really like, he's really what you want to follow in terms of getting better because he's such a student of the game.
Yeah.
He really watches the game. When I hear him talk, I'm like, oh, you watch a lot of film too. And that's a big aspect of just becoming better. Like if you look at Lat and you just, I mean, he's not the most, like, he really worked for and earned a lot of how good he is at basketball. Watching tons of film, pushing himself mentally, still getting in the skill work, still going and playing pro. Like he's got it all, really.
Yeah. I will say this: if Cam come out here and he beat that Marine,
oh my gosh,
we're gonna have some serious conversations.
Yeah. All right, that's the question I have. Who has more to gain from this game? It's got to be. I think it's Cam. I think Cam has more to gain.
Thinking about it, the way people perceive Lat, and based on a lot of the comments that I've seen, I think Cam has more to gain.
Yeah,
because Lat is looked at like a pro, like he's a level or a couple levels above Cam. All right,
yeah,
you know,
I think for Lat, it's interesting because a lot of people out there are probably thinking he can't do it again.
Right.
He had one good day, one good stretch. We haven't seen him since. But I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know because we saw Lat have a bad showing in Detroit.
Yeah.
In that 3v3.
Yeah.
So it's like then we saw him play really well. I think the really well side is who Lat is.
Yeah.
Rather than what we saw in Detroit in that 3v3. Yeah. That was Detroit, right? Am I not mistaken? In that 3v3. So I'm looking forward to this matchup right here.
Yeah.
Any of these games can be game of the night, but that one's going to be like we haven't seen Lat since 2024.
Ever.
Yep.
We've seen Cam recently go crazy. It's kind of like the Moon versus Nesco. We haven't seen Moon on the scene in forever. We've seen Nesco going crazy. Moon comes in, has that performance. I think it's going to be a phenomenal night, man. Yeah.
Does he wear the red shoes?
I heard he's not. That's the rumor. He couldn't get any. They were trying to order them. Jeremy was trying to order some from him. I heard he can't find any. I think he was looking for the Lucas or something. Red Lucas, I think. And they're out of stock.
Damn.
That's just a little behind the scenes.
We could have got
I
some
don't know
red
if you'll see the red.
Damn.
Didn't even think about that.
Somebody's got to get him red shoes. Maybe that'll be our mission. Maybe after this, we'll go look for red shoes.
What's today? June 3rd?
I feel like we got to get him some shoes. Bro, that could be our gift to him.
Yeah. That could be. That'd
be a fire gift.
That's a fire ABC Crew video too.
We gotta go find some red shoes.
Yeah, because Jeremy was saying nobody has any. They're all out of stock.
Oh no, we'll find.
Maybe we can find some.
We gotta find some. We gotta find some.
We'll
FaceTime right when we see him. FaceTime like, you want these? Right here. Oh yeah, we gonna get him right. I will say this though, if I'm Cam, you better start off quick. We've seen Cam a few games start off slow, especially was it the 1-on-1 200 on the last day. If he starts slow, I literally just told him at the other studio. If you start slow, it's not happening, player.
Yeah,
it's not happening. You got to start quick.
Yeah.
So,
main event.
Lance and Bees. We got all the prelims, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Lance and Bees.
They sleep.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'll say this.
Go ahead.
If the game goes longer than 30 minutes, it favors Lance.
Yes.
100%. But if the game is in Beezy's favor, it might be a 15-minute game.
Yes.
I'm telling you, that's the only two scenarios.
Yeah.
There's no in-between scenario. It's either going to be a blowout or a really good game in terms of Lance's favor.
Yeah. Lance is Moon in this situation. It's the same thing. Like, if the game goes long, it favors Lance.
Yeah.
Bro.
Question. I kind of compare it to Rob and Scoob. Let me tell you why. Rob was such a heavy favorite in that second matchup that nobody expected Scoob to come out there and win. But Scoob came out and he mucked the game up.
Yeah.
And it got Rob frustrated. I'm curious to see if that's Lance's same approach. I'm going to come in here and off the rip, I'm in your chest. I'm in your shit. Like, no, you're not about to be comfortable. And Bees could somewhat be like, yo, what a foul is that? Woody whoop. And that could potentially be a mind game thing that Lance is going to do, which he's really good at because we've seen him do it in the league.
Yeah.
So I could see a 50-minute game or I could see a 20-minute game.
Yeah.
Lance said he's hoping for an hour game. He's like, it might be an hour. I mean, that's a great strategy.
That's like saying you're a great defender, but also there's no faith in his offense. An hour game?
Yeah.
That means you're not scoring either.
Yeah. That's my thing, too, though. How do you guys feel? I think, obviously, Bees is the favorite, heavy favorite. But how do you guys feel about his defensive ability?
If he allows Lance to shoot, Lance can shoot, bro.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the equalizer. If Bees is hand down letting Lance shoot for the first couple shots and Lance don't miss, now Bees gotta use more energy to guard. It's gonna be different.
That could kind of get him on his heels.
This is tricky, fellas.
Could get Bees on his heels. If Lance hits like 3 in a row, boom, 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 and it's like 9-0, and then Bees is like, whoa, you know, you're kind of shell-shocked, and then Lance might really just open up.
Because also, remember, Bees is talking about he hasn't played just one game one-on-one. He'll play multiple spots throughout the day. That's to determine, like, the best player that day.
Yeah.
So now this is just, you get one opportunity. This is it. It has to be your best game.
What if Lance takes the approach of the half court? I could see Lance start from the volley.
Think so?
I could see Lance start from the volley after he makes a couple threes. And then going at him head for the steam. What you call it, bulldog, drop cross, boom, and then trying to get downhill, playing off 2 bumpers.
The only thing that would take away is his triple threat 3, though. And I feel like that's maybe his best shot in this game.
Yeah.
Is to hit a few of those triple threat 3s.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. I haven't seen enough of Lance, like, in transition lately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how well he's going to move.
Yeah.
He's been working hard, though.
Yeah.
So he'll be in shape. But how quick is he right now? How light on his feet is he? He's not, like, midseason form, so.
Where do you, bro, I just want to ask both. What do y'all think this is about to be at, like, in the next 6 months? Let's say this goes perfect.
Oh, man. This one changes.
This is one of those events that you look at and you're like, let's give the UFC example, for instance. UFC 1. It's like something you can't even think of doing better than.
Yeah.
TNC 01, we thought that was what it was going to be. TNC 2 comes around. This feels like the first official pay-per-view.
Hey, look, yes.
In my personal opinion.
Dude, like, it feel like, yo, this is a different feeling.
It's like 6 months. We talking, that's going to be the Las Vegas TNC versus Vegas event. That's going to be 6 months. Oh, no, that's about a couple, 3 months from now. It is. But I'm saying like 6 months, we're looking in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I think this is going to be something really monumental. Prize Picks is getting involved now. I think it's only an upward trend in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's just going to be up to the players, though, to remain locked in, focused, and have just a sense of gratitude for everything, too. Yeah. Because there's a lot of new guys that are going to want to hop onto the scene. Currently, we have guys behind the scenes trying to get in now.
Trying to get in, bro.
Like, trying to be like, oh, I want to play now. I want to play. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I got one that I really want to see.
Who?
Out of Indiana, Eugene Germain.
Yes. He's been trying to contact everybody.
I've been like, I think for a year now, I've been like, Scotty, like, please, like, just. I think he would transition easily. I think he would be incredible in this space, honestly.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Bro. I think he'd be a force immediately. There's some other guys. There's a lot of guys out there, though. There's a ton of guys that I think are going to get in from like more higher overseas level that will up all of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the player, but now you see like the Cams and the OGs of Next Chapter that are really like working to be ready to compete with those guys. Right. We've seen them kind of change habits in their life and clean things up just in the effort to make themselves be able to compete in this as they see it progress forward. Like,
you have to.
It's cool to see. It's good to see. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got guys moving to different states to build factions
and
go at each other.
Just as a camp.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is fair. Another question. Who's more I thought about this the minute we talked about Lat. Who's more of a Marine? Kale or Lat?
Oh. Wow.
Kale works hard too. I mean, you know what? I would say one's a Marine, one's a SEAL.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Who's the SEAL?
What's the difference?
What's
the difference?
Man. like one's in the Marine Corps.
I think Kale
is strictly a Navy SEAL.
I think Kale is Marine Corps.
Yeah. I think Lat's
he's like
Navy
foot
SEAL.
soldier, like.
Hey, yes. Yeah.
And Lat's like maybe more methodical, but I don't know if it gets grittier than Kale. I really don't. I mean, it does, but like right now in this scene,
yeah,
like he's gritty.
I'm gonna say this too. If Lat wins and Kale wins,
that is a great game.
Please,
that is a great game.
Make that happen.
That is a great game.
Fire.
I think that's.
Yeah, they both have to win.
That's gonna be the one.
Bro, that is two
perfect matchup.
Tacticians.
Yeah. They have similar styles.
Yes, bro. I think that would be amazing to watch.
Well, fellas, man, this is
right.
the prelude to TNC 02. Man, we out here in Miami right now. There'll be a lot of content dropping for you guys. This is our first in-person pod on the channel since the professor.
Yep.
So we'll catch you guys next time. Make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Wait.
Accountability. I was invite everybody. We out.